to Eddy We'll Go by Papa Vlad and Granny Annie. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a young girl named Eddy. Her heart was as big as the oceans beyond. Her eyes were as blue and as steady. Her mommy and daddy loved her so much and wanted to give her the best. They trimmed up the tree, hung up the stockings, and readied their home for the guests. 4 uncles, 1 auntie were set to arrive at Christmas in the year 2020. Each one from afar would walk, run, or drive, bringing love and presents aplenty. Alas, there was trouble for each on their way that kept them from reaching Lil Eddy. A tsunami, a blizzard, and mudward to blame. Some say there was even a Yeti. First, Auntie Juju's objective was clear. Get to Eddy I must, she declared. So she called her gull friends as only she can, and her plans for the trip she then shared. But long after takeoff, the flock was off course, and their captain could not tell the way. You see, high in the air, Juju's voice became hoarse, so they landed, but were only halfway. Then Uncle Era, from a bend on a river, having traded some sand for some snow, on his board he could groove, so he busted a move and shouted, "To Eddy I'll go!" But a storm from the east proved quite the beast for this wilderness EMT grad. A blizzard so fierce his heart it did pierce, so Era was both mad and sad. Then Uncle Eli, a licensed drone pilot and formidable eye in the sky, said, "Here I come, Eddy," as he reached for the stars, inspired by the tat on his thigh. With 2 feet on the ground, his flight plan was sound. It sure felt like it was a safe bet. But once in the air, he encountered a snare and became a shoe tree marionette. Then Uncle David, from the land of Aloha, on his honeymoon for what it's worth, knew the other Eddy'd go. "So must I," he cried out, and he paddled straight into the surf. On a wave so big he'd ride all the way home until an active volcano nearby shut his plan down and shot lava up and turned dark both the sea and the sky. Then Uncle Nick and his trustworthy rig, a Swiss Army knife made for road trippin'. "Get ready, Eddy," he said as he tilted a thermos from which he was sippin'. But then came the rain, then a flood, then the mud, where the rubber and road should meet. His will would not bend, but his trip came to an end, and he hung his head low in defeat. So Mommy and Daddy sat down with young Eddy and delivered the terrible news. Dismay in their hearts, they told her the parts they expected would make her boo-hoo. But Eddy said, "Mommy, don't worry tonight, and Daddy, there's no need to fret. My uncles and auntie are with me right now, even if I can't see them quite yet." "Look," said young Eddy, "right there in the lights that sparkle and twinkle above. It's Juju and Era, Nick David and Eli, and all my family sending their love." So Christmas the year 2020 for Eddy was as bright and as merry as ever, which is not saying much 'cause she's only had 2, so surely they'll only get better. The end.